The Ionian Islands in Greece present a captivating mix of scenic beauty, historical depth, and rich cultural heritage. With everything from legendary landmarks and striking architecture to picturesque villages and inviting shores, they offer a uniquely rewarding Mediterranean getaway. Situated off Greece's western coast in the Ionian Sea, these islands boast breathtaking views, crystal clear waters, and a fascinating fusion of Italian and Greek elements, making them a perfect destination for a serene and enriching holiday. Which Ionian island hides a beach you can only reach by boat? Stay tuned to find out. Like a delicate ribbon unfurling off the western edge of mainland Greece, Lefkada sways gently between sea and sky, a place where the cerulean waters of the Ionian meet sleepy whitewashed villages and the golden hush of wind-blown olive groves. Though tethered to the mainland by a slender floating bridge, Lefkada feels wonderfully removed from the rush of time, as though it were born to linger in sunlight. This island, shaped by waves and warmed by myth, offers far more than just postcard beauty. It whispers to travelers with the scent of wild thyme, the call of cicadas in the trees, and the lull of tides brushing secret coves. Its coastline is a masterpiece of contrast, sheer cliffs giving way to silken beaches, hidden bays cradled in green, and waters so vividly turquoise they appear almost surreal. Nidri, one of the island's most beloved harbor towns, shimmers with quiet charm. Along its waterfront, little boats bob lazily, and the scent of grilled octopus mingles with jasmine drifting from nearby courtyards. Step away from the sea, and you'll find narrow alleys that curl like vines through the town, leading past tiny churches with weathered bell towers and sun-dappled squares, where locals gather over slow, joyful meals. Nidri feels like a warm embrace, inviting you to slow down and simply be. To the south, Vasiliki Harbor unfurls beneath the embrace of hills and wind. It's here that the breeze becomes a companion to adventure, drawing windsurfers from around the world to glide across the calm, shallow bay. And beyond these well-loved villages, Lefkada hides countless treasures. Inland waterfalls that tumble through lush canyons, sleepy hilltop hamlets where time is told in church bells and cicada songs, and cliffside roads that open suddenly to jaw-dropping views of the Ionian's endless blue. Lefkada is not just a place to visit, it's a place to feel. a place to lose the weight of days, to find poetry in the sound of wind through pines and the shimmer of light on water. A place that quietly stays with you long after you've left its shores. Now, before we move on to the next destination, here's a fun question for you. Which Ionian island is famous for Navajo Beach, also known as Shipwreck Beach? Comment your answer below. Let's drift gently into the shimmering embrace of the Ionian Sea, where turquoise waves kiss golden shores and olive trees whisper stories older than time. Among this dreamlike archipelago, Zakynthos rises like a jewel, sun-drenched, poetic, and profoundly beautiful. As the third largest of the Ionian islands, Zakynthos is more than a destination. It's a delicate dance between rugged cliffs and crystalline waters, between ancient myths and warm-hearted island life. Famed for its mesmerizing blue caves, carved by the sea into the island's western cliffs, this coastal wonder invites you to glide through its glowing arches by boat, especially in the golden hours of morning. The sun's rays reflect off the white seabed, painting the water in luminous hues of sapphire and emerald. It's like stepping into a living watercolor. And then there's Navajo Beach, perhaps Zakynthos' most iconic treasure, where drama and serenity collide. Also known as Shipwreck Beach, this secluded cove is guarded by towering limestone cliffs that rise straight from the sea, their pale faces catching every shifting shade of sunlight. Below, nestled in the soft arc of white sand, lies the haunting skeleton of the MV Panagiotis, a smuggler's ship that ran aground in the 1980s, now frozen in time, slowly surrendering to the salt and wind. From above, the beach appears almost surreal, a sliver of ivory tucked between massive stone walls, the shipwreck like a relic of myth. Reaching it requires a boat ride through dazzling waters, but every moment of the journey is part of the enchantment. The sound of waves lapping gently against the hull, the scent of brine and sun-warmed stone, and the sudden reveal of that famous shore. It's a memory etched in sunlight. For those seeking an even grander view, a cliffside lookout point offers a heart-stopping panorama. At sunset, when the sea turns to molten gold and the shadows stretch long across the cliffs, it feels as though time slows to let the soul catch up. Zakynthos is not only a feast for the eyes, it stirs something quieter and deeper. It invites travelers to wander, to marvel, to feel small against nature's grandeur and rich history. And in places like Navaggio, where ruin and beauty exist side by side, one is reminded that even lost things can become legends. Tucked like a precious jewel in the Saronic Gulf, Hydra is a place where time seems to have fallen asleep, its dreams woven into cobbled lanes, ivy-draped balconies, and the rhythmic clip-clop of mules' hooves echoing through quiet stone alleys. No cars, no buzzing scooters, just the hush of sea breezes and the slow melody of footsteps. On this enchanting island, life moves with an elegance long forgotten, and every corner seems to whisper stories from another century. Though small in size, Hydra brims with soul. Its harbor, curved like an artist's brushstroke, is framed by neoclassical mansions that glow honey gold under the sun, their windows catching light like scattered jewels. Yachts and wooden fishing boats sway side by side, mirroring the island's blend of quiet luxury and deep-rooted tradition. Wander beyond the waterfront, and you'll find mule trails that meander through pine-fringed hills and into sun-drenched villages where time has lingered lovingly. These ancient paths link crumbling monasteries, hidden chapels, and terraced homes adorned with cascading bougainvillea. In the soft glow of twilight, when the sky blushes and the sea turns to silk, Hydra reveals its most intimate charm. The gentle lapping of waves against stone steps, the laughter from a taverna tucked into a hillside, the feeling of history gently cradling the present. It all lingers in the heart like a love letter from the past. Though it lies only a short ferry ride from Piraeus, especially during the summer months, Hydra feels like a world apart. A sanctuary not just for travelers but for dreamers, poets, and anyone longing to touch something beautifully simple and profoundly timeless. If you are watching this, please click the subscribe button in the corner of the screen. It's completely free, but means a lot to us. Kefalonia, the grand jewel of the Ionian Sea, unfolds like a landscape painted in layers, wild and generous, sunlit and mysterious. As the largest of the Ionian Islands, it carries a rich tapestry of wonders, from rugged limestone cliffs plunging into turquoise depths to rolling hills stitched with olive groves and vineyards that shimmer in the golden light. The northern harbor village of Fiscardo is a gem in every sense. A picture of Venetian elegance with pastel-colored facades, shuttered balconies, and fishing boats that bob gently in the harbor. Unlike many other towns that were reshaped by time or tremor, Fiscardo has preserved its old-world charm, making it one of Greece's most beautiful and storied seaside enclaves. Time slows here, where mornings begin with the scent of coffee and salt, and evenings drift into candlelit dinners by the water's edge. Follow the coast, and you'll discover Assos, a dreamy village perched on a narrow isthmus, embraced by pine-strewn cliffs and the gentle lap of an emerald bay. The beach here feels like a secret, small, serene, and cradled by nature's own amphitheater. Above it stands the ruins of a Venetian castle, keeping quiet watch over a landscape where the line between sea and sky often blurs into poetry. Hidden deep within the earth lies Melissani Lake, a place that feels plucked from myth. This underground wonder reveals its magic through a single opening in the cave ceiling, allowing sunlight to pierce the lake like a divine spotlight. As the light dances on the crystal-clear water, the rowboats gliding across its mirrored surface seem to float between two worlds, one of stone and shadow, the other of light and liquid sapphire. Kefalonia is an island of gentle contrasts, a place where mountain goats roam limestone ridges and sea turtles nest on quiet shores, where rustic tavernas serve wine grown from vines older than memory, and travelers find solitude not in silence, but in the symphony of wind, waves, and cicadas. It is not just a destination, but a feeling, something you carry home in sun-warmed skin, salt-kissed hair, and a longing to return. Ithaki, a small but enchanting island lying quietly in the heart of the Ionian Sea, has long been a symbol of nostalgia, of the journey back in the epic Odyssey. The legendary homeland of King Odysseus, Ithaki is not just a destination, but a song of the past, a land where every stone, every wind whispers stories from ancient times. Not noisy, not rushed, Ithaki retains its pristine beauty and the tranquility of a place that seems to have temporarily left the hustle and bustle of the modern world. The green hills stretch out, dotted with traditional villages nestled among ancient olive groves. And right in the heart of the island, the town of Vathi appears as gentle as a watercolor painting, where red-roofed houses embrace the quiet bay, where the water reflects the clouds drifting by. A stroll around Vathi is a leisurely journey. Old-fashioned cafes by the harbor, the sound of church bells ringing in the summer, and the smell of baked goods wafting from small shops. You'll find friendly locals slowly sipping their coffee, as if there's nothing more urgent than enjoying the morning in the soft sunlight. Ithaki doesn't need flashy attractions to hold its visitors back. It's the quiet, light-filled space and the sound of the sea that stirs the heart. It's a place where you don't have to do anything. Just listen to the wind, watch the sky change colors with the sunset, and let yourself be lost in the wordless beauty of nature. Corfu town is a hidden jewel where history and natural beauty are entwined in a seamless embrace. Nestled at the point where the Ionian Sea meets the land, this UNESCO World Heritage Site feels like stepping into a living museum where every corner tells a story of centuries gone by. Its winding alleyways, shaded squares, and grand Venetian fortresses invite visitors to wander aimlessly, getting lost in its charm and discovering the magic of a town that feels timeless. The town is a mosaic of Venetian, French, and British influences, each layer of history woven into its architecture, its culture, and its very soul. Stroll along its charming streets, and you'll encounter a blend of old stone buildings, narrow passageways, and vibrant bougainvillea spilling over balconies. Every turn reveals something new, perhaps an ancient church with weathered doors, or a quiet courtyard where locals gather in the cool shade of olive trees. Wander beyond the town's bustling squares, and you'll find quieter corners that hold the real soul of Corfu town. The Canoni area offers a stunning view of Ponticonisi, or Mouse Island, where lush greenery surrounds a small chapel. It is here, on this little islet, where you can indulge in the serene beauty of Corfu's natural landscapes and escape from the town's more energetic streets. The town's rich history is palpable at every turn, especially within the Corfu Archaeological Museum, where relics from ancient times and the Byzantine period are carefully preserved. The town itself feels like a canvas. Every building, every street corner, and every shop has a story to tell. From the ornate facades of the churches to the delicate ironwork of the windows, Corfu town is not just a place to visit, it's a place to experience with all your senses, a timeless escape into the heart of the Ionian Islands. Melissani Cave, nestled in the heart of Kefalonia, is nothing short of a natural wonder that feels almost too magical to be true. Hidden deep within the island's lush green hills, this mystical grotto remains one of the most enchanting places in Greece, drawing visitors who seek a taste of something otherworldly. For those lucky enough to visit, it's an experience that seems to blur the lines between reality and fantasy. The water, crystal clear and glassy, mirrors the towering stalactites that hang delicately above, like celestial sculptures carved by time itself. What truly adds to the cave's allure is the soft, golden sunlight that filters through a natural opening in the ceiling, casting beams of light onto the tranquil water below. Melissani Cave is more than just a place to visit. It is a sanctuary of beauty, serenity, and awe. The rare sight of its luminous waters and ancient formations transports those who enter into a timeless space where nature's art shines in its most mystical form. No journey to Kefalonia would be truly complete without wandering through the enchanting village of Assos, gracefully perched upon the island's northernmost tip. As you step into this timeless settlement, the air seems to hum with the whispers of history, and the cobblestone streets invite you to stroll through narrow alleys that wind their way past weathered stone buildings, architectural echoes of an ancient prosperity that once thrived here. The village feels like a living tapestry of the past, each winding path and rustic corner telling its own story. As you meander through, it's easy to imagine merchants from centuries ago, their voices blending with the clink of wares as they moved through these very streets, bringing life to this now peaceful enclave. The deep blue of the Ionian Sea stretches out before you, offering glimpses of its shimmering expanse at every turn. A steady climb along the old, sturdy castle walls will lead you to a series of scenic belvederes where the world seems to unfold beneath your feet. From these lofty points, you can gaze upon the sweeping coastal views, a canvas of deep blues meeting verdant hills and rugged cliffs, framed by the horizon, where the sea kisses the sky. After your climb, a refreshing pause at a seaside cafe feels like an invitation to linger in the moment, soaking in the tranquility of the village. Here, amidst the quiet rhythm of Assos, there is a sense of timelessness, as though the hands of time have bypassed this place, allowing its natural and architectural beauty to remain untouched. As you sip your drink and gaze out at the waves gently lapping the shore, it's easy to feel a profound sense of peace, a connection to the past, the present, and the enduring beauty of Kefalonia itself. At the far reaches of Lefkada, one of Greece's most enchanting Ionian islands, awaits a natural wonder so captivating that it feels as though it has been whispered into existence by the winds and tides. Canal D'Amour, or the Channel of Love, is a place where the timeless dance of nature meets myth, creating an unforgettable spectacle that leaves every visitor in awe. The scene is nothing short of mesmerizing. Towering limestone cliffs rise steeply, their rugged edges carved by centuries of wind and water. These majestic stone sentinels guide your way to the canal's edge, where the sapphire waters stretch out, calm and deep, their surface a mirror to the expansive sky above. The air here carries the scent of the sea, mingling with the fresh salt of the breeze, creating a sense of serenity that wraps around you like a gentle embrace. According to legend, lovers who swim through the narrow channel of Canal D'Amour are destined to remain together forever, their bond sealed by the magic of this tranquil waterway. Whether the story is true or simply a romantic fable passed through the generations, there's an undeniable enchantment that fills the air as you stand on the edge of this striking geological formation. It is as though the very soul of nature has imbued this place with an aura of connection and longing, inviting all who visit to feel a deeper connection to both the world around them and the people they hold dear. Its breathtaking majesty serves as a reminder of the enduring power of nature's artistry, shaped over millennia to create a place where stories of love and connection can be felt deeply within the soul. In a land so rich with history and myth, experiences like this, where beauty, legend, and nature intertwine, are the moments that linger, cherished in memory for a lifetime. Drifting quietly at the edge of the Ionian Sea, Kythira is a secret whispered between waves, a tranquil island where myth and memory blend beneath sun-kissed skies. Though technically part of the Ionian group, it lies apart from its siblings, just off the southern tip of the Peloponnese, untouched by time and still unspoiled by crowds. This island wears its history like a tapestry, each thread woven with tales of Minoan mariners, Venetian merchants, and Byzantine monks. Its soul lingers in the ruins of once grand castles, in the quiet chapels adorned with faded frescoes, and in the scattered relics of ancient civilizations cradled in its hills. But Kythira's beauty isn't just in its past. It sings in the quiet coves, where the sea glows turquoise, in olive groves rustling with the breeze, and in the warm embrace of villagers who still move to the rhythm of the seasons. On this island, life unfolds slowly, like the golden light at dusk stretching over the sea. A gentle, lingering moment that asks nothing more of you than to stay and just a little longer. Cradled in the gentle embrace of the Ionian Sea, Paxi, or Paxos, as it's sometimes known, is a quiet jewel that glimmers just beyond the mainstream gaze. Measuring only 13 kilometers in length, This tiny island might seem modest at first glance, but it holds within it a charm that far outweighs its size. Reachable only by boat, it remains blissfully untouched by mass tourism, which only enhances its allure for those seeking something more intimate, more serene, a retreat where the rhythm of life slows to the lapping of waves against the hull of a yacht. Paxi has long drawn the attention of those with a taste for refinement. The island is sprinkled with elegant villas, boutique resorts, and artful little shops where time seems to stretch like honey in the sun. There's something quietly luxurious about the air here, not loud or showy, but rather like a linen shirt, soft and timeless. Nature plays its own symphony on the southern coast, where nearly 40 sea caves yawn open beneath limestone cliffs, their sapphire waters shimmering in the light like liquid-stained glass. Kayakers and curious swimmers drift into these shadowed hollows, where silence reigns and the only sound is the echo of water brushing stone. To visit Paxi is to step into a gentler world, one of sunlight and sea breezes, of whispered histories and hushed luxury. It's a place not just to see, but to feel. Perched like a stone crown atop a dramatic cliff on the northwestern edge of Corfu, Angelokastro gazes out across the Ionian Sea, a quiet sentinel whispering stories of battles long past and empires faded into myth. Rising 305 meters above the waves, this ancient Byzantine fortress is one of Corfu's most cherished heritage sites, where history and landscape meet in a spellbinding embrace. Though time has weathered its walls, Angelokastro retains a grandeur that stirs the imagination, especially as you make the climb along its rugged, winding path. Every step toward its summit brings a new reward. Glimpses of cypress-covered hills, of shimmering blue seas stretching beyond the horizon, and of villages scattered like white brushstrokes across the land below. The panoramic view from the top is nothing short of poetry carved into stone and sky. Once, this very vantage point served as the island's eyes, watching over the western approaches, warding off pirates and invaders during the days of the Byzantine Empire. Of the three medieval fortresses that still stand on Corfu, including Cassiope in the north and Gidaki to the south, Angelokastro remains the most commanding, not only in stature but in soul. Though the castle now lies in partial ruin, wandering through its remnants is like stepping into the breath between two centuries, where wildflowers bloom beside worn stone, and the wind seems to hum with the echoes of centuries-old footfalls. The entrance fee is modest, just €3, and the path, though steep and uneven in places, leads not just to a fortress, but to a moment suspended in time. At the base, you'll find a small car park, a cafe for refreshments, and a ticket office, humble beginnings for what unfolds into one of Corfu's most spectacular day trips. Angelokastro may no longer stand with its full walls and towers, but in the hearts of those who visit, it remains a monument to resilience, beauty, and the enduring spirit of the Ionian. Tucked into the lush emerald folds of Corfu's west coast, Paleokastritsa feels like a place spun from a dream. A coastal jewel cradled by olive-draped hills and kissed by waters of the most ethereal turquoise. Often hailed as one of the most breathtakingly beautiful places on the island, it's no surprise that Paleokastritsa consistently ranks as the top attraction in Corfu. For travelers seeking not just sights, but sensations, the shimmer of sunlight dancing on quiet bays, the scent of salt mingling with pine, the hush of waves brushing golden sand, this serene haven offers all that and more. At the heart of Paleokastritsa lies a crescent-shaped beach, its sands soft underfoot, and waters so clear they seem lit from within. It's the kind of place where time begins to slip, where mornings melt into afternoons as you drift between sunlit swims and shaded tavernas serving freshly grilled seafood. Framing it all are dramatic cliffs that tumble into the sea, creating a landscape that stirs the soul and slows the pulse. Though often visited as a day trip, Paleokastritsa rewards those who linger. From here, you're just a short drive to Corfu town, yet wrapped in a tranquility that feels worlds away. The area is also ideally placed for exploring the island's northern and western corners, or even the eastern shores if you've hired a car. Just nearby, the ancient fortress of Angelokastro watches over the coastline from its lofty perch, inviting curious wanderers to trace history's footprints and drink in panoramic views. But beyond the logistics and the landmarks, what truly makes Paleokastritsa special is its atmosphere, gentle, unhurried, profoundly peaceful. It's a place for sunrise coffees by the bay, for boat rides into hidden sea caves, for lazy afternoons under the olive trees. If you were tasked with creating the ideal beach, Porto Katsiki on the island of Lefkada would likely be your vision. This breathtaking beach is truly a sight to behold, with its untouched beauty, crystal-clear turquoise waters, and towering white cliffs that stretch out into the glistening sea. Swimming in the vibrant emerald waters of Porto Katsiki is an unforgettable experience. The name Porto Katsiki translates to Goat Port in Greek, a fitting description since up until recently, only goats could access this remote spot. Imagine, just 30 years ago, it was only these beloved creatures who had the privilege of experiencing this stunning location. The beach, with its smooth white pebbles, is located about 40 kilometers southwest of Lefkada town and can be reached by either car or boat from Nidri or Vasiliki. If you choose to drive, be prepared for a winding, sometimes narrow road, but along the way, you'll be treated to breathtaking landscapes, panoramic views, and lush greenery. At the top of the cliffs, you'll find a small parking area where you can leave your car for a reasonable fee, as well as a canteen offering drinks and snacks. Access to the beach is via a staircase with roughly 80 steps. While it may seem like a challenge, the reward is well worth it. Once you reach the beach, it's easy to see why Porto Katsiki is considered one of the most beautiful natural settings in the Mediterranean, often ranking among the world's most stunning beaches. And don't miss out on the sunsets. After a day of sun and surf, linger a little longer to witness one of the most spectacular sunsets over the Ionian Sea. Clinging to the sun-drenched cliffs of western Lefkada, like a secret the sea can barely keep, Egremni Beach is a place where colors seem to have been painted more vividly by nature's hand. Often spoken of in hushed admiration, it is one of Greece's most beloved coastal treasures. To stand at the edge of Egremni is to witness a symphony of contrasts. The dazzling turquoise sea crashing gently against a shore of pale, soft stones, framed by cliffs that rise like sculpted ivory walls. The seabed, nearly bone-white in some places, causes the waters to glow with a brilliance that shifts with the sunlight. On days when the Ionian stirs with waves, the hues transform into a dance of sapphire and indigo, casting a spell that leaves visitors wordless, gazing at nature's palette in awe. In 2025, Egremni becomes more accessible than it has been in years, welcoming travelers by both boat and car. Yet, even with this newfound ease, the beach remains a secluded paradise. A winding mountain road, narrow and rugged, leads through Lefkada's interior, where olive groves and wildflowers whisper of old island life. From the final parking area, a descent of several hundred steps awaits, each with its own story etched in stone, each bringing you closer to the rhythmic lull of the sea below. It is precisely Egremni's remoteness that lends it its charm. Few villages lie nearby, and so the beach remains largely untouched, unspoiled by crowds. You can lose yourself in the quiet power of the landscape, the way the sun lights up the cliffs, the feel of the sea breeze on your skin, the echo of waves against stone. Egremni is not just a beach. It is a revelation, one of the Ionian's finest gifts, a place where time slows and the world narrows to the simple beauty of earth, water, and sky. It is, quite simply, a masterpiece carved into the coast by the hands of wind and tide. Dimosari Waterfall is one of the most famous and beautiful waterfalls in the mountainous region of northern Greece. Located in the Evrytania region, this waterfall attracts visitors not only by its wild beauty, but also by the majesty of the powerful water flowing down from above. Dimosari Waterfall is up to 25 meters high. The water from the top of the waterfall falls down to form a strong and cool wave, pouring into a clear lake below. The landscape around the waterfall is very diverse, with lush green trees, large rocks, and fresh, cool air, making this place an ideal destination for those who love to explore nature and seek relaxation. cradled in a gentle crescent of green hills and kissed by the turquoise waves of the Ionian Sea, Agios Nikitas is a tiny treasure on the northwest coast of Lefkada, a village where time seems to slow and the soul finds quiet delight in simplicity. Unlike its more polished counterparts on the island's eastern shore, Agios Nikitas remains rooted in authenticity, offering visitors a taste of unspoiled island charm, wrapped in the fragrant arms of oleander and olive groves. This coastal haven is the only resort village along Lefkada's dramatic western coast, a region famed for its windswept cliffs and aquamarine waters. But Agios Nikitas stands apart, not with grandeur, but with grace. There's no busy harbor here, no gleaming yachts or bustling marinas, only a quaint car-free street that meanders downhill from the main road to the sea, framed by cascading grapevines and sunlit tavernas, where laughter and the scent of grilled octopus drift through the warm afternoon air. At the foot of this shaded walkway lies the village's intimate beach, where the sea dazzles in vivid hues of electric blue, and the waves roll in with a rhythm that children chase with squeals of joy. The surf here is livelier than on the island's east, and while space on the sand may be limited, especially during the height of summer, there is a palpable charm in the beach's vibrant energy, the mingling of sun-kissed skin, salty laughter, and the music of crashing waves. Vathi, the serene heart of Ithaki, unfolds like a quiet poem penned by the sea. Tucked into a deep natural bay and embraced by soft green hills, this charming harbor town whispers tales of Odyssean legacy and island soul. It is not a place of noise or haste, but one of graceful rhythms, of wooden boats bobbing gently in the marina, of shutters creaking in the afternoon breeze, and of lanterns flickering to life as twilight slips over the tiled rooftops. Despite being the island's capital, Vathi remains humble in its scale and rich in atmosphere. The town's architecture reflects the neoclassical elegance of its Venetian past, pastel-colored homes trimmed in white, iron balconies overflowing with geraniums, and narrow alleyways paved with time-worn stones. Every turn reveals quiet corners that seem to exist outside of time. Little courtyards shaded by citrus trees, steps leading up to small chapels, and seaside cafes where old men sip coffee and speak in unhurried tones. The Bay of Vathi is one of the largest natural harbors in Greece, and from early morning until late evening, It offers a shifting tapestry of light and color. Tucked away in the tranquil embrace of Vathi on Ithaki Island, Gidaki Beach is a hidden jewel, one of the most pristine and captivating stretches of coastline in the Ionian. Reached only by boat from Vathi, or via a moderate hike through olive groves and pine-scented trails, this beach rewards those who seek it with a scene of unspoiled, dreamlike beauty. From above, the curved bay reveals itself in soft gradients of ivory and blue, white pebbles glowing beneath crystalline waters, framed by rugged hills that stand like quiet sentinels over the shore. There is something almost otherworldly about Gidaki. The waters shimmer in shades of turquoise so vibrant they seem painted, and when the sun is high, the beach gleams like polished marble. With no roads leading directly to its sands, Gidaki has retained a rare sense of purity and peace. Myrtos Beach, draped like a crescent of light along the northern coast of Kefalonia, is not merely a beach. It's a spectacle of nature, where sea, stone, and sky meet in breathtaking harmony. Cradled by towering limestone cliffs that fall steeply into a bed of polished white pebbles, it evokes the feeling of standing at the edge of something timeless and grand. The turquoise waters shift in hue as the sun drifts across the sky, ranging from translucent aquamarine near the shore to deep cobalt further out, offering a display of blues so vivid they hardly seem real. This beach, shaped by marble and myth, is one of the Ionian's most celebrated treasures. It's a place that doesn't need embellishments or man-made flourishes. Its raw, natural beauty does all the talking. As you descend the winding road that snakes its way down the cliffside, glimpses of the beach below flash between pine trees and rock faces, a visual promise that stirs anticipation long before your feet touch the shore. Myrtos is vast enough to find a patch of tranquility even on busier days, especially if you wander toward the southern curve, where the pebbles soften and the swimming is sublime. The waves can shift in mood, from gentle ripples to spirited surges, but always carry with them the cleansing power of the Ionian Sea. It's not uncommon to see travelers simply standing at the edge, gazing out in silence, letting the energy of this place wash over them. It's no wonder Myrtos was chosen as a backdrop for scenes in Captain Corelli's mandolin. With such cinematic grace, the beach seems more like a dream conjured by poets than a real place you can walk upon. But walk it, you must. Swim in its cerulean waters. Sit in its silence. Because few places in the Ionian, and indeed the world, offer this kind of elemental poetry, spoken not with words, but with sea foam and stone. The Ionian Islands, where the water is bluer than your vacation daydreams. The beaches look like postcards, and even the goats seem to be on island time. You might find yourself diving into hidden coves, getting lost among olive groves, or trying to pronounce Zakynthos without twisting your tongue. Crystal clear waves, warm breezes, and a plate full of feta. Sounds like the perfect escape, doesn't it? Catch you on the next adventure. Just don't forget your sunscreen and your sense of direction.